Every generation has its own way of exploring the world. For Blue Banana, it all started with a simple but powerful question. What if adventure became a lifestyle? That question sparked a movement and a brand built around discovery, freedom, and respect for the planet. Since its launch nearly a decade ago, Blue Banana has become a reference for young explorers who want to move fast, live fully, and make better choices along the way. In this interview, the team behind Blue Banana shares the story behind the brand, how nature influences their collections, their deep commitment to sustainability, and what's on the horizon as they continue to grow.
We've been building a business from adventure for 10 years. We're creating a community of adventurers driven by our desire to explore the world, connect with nature, and experience adrenaline adventures while being aware of the privilege we have. The privilege of enjoying adventure and our commitment to protect it. Every person who has been part of Blue Banana has played a fundamental role. Together, we've told stories, traveled roads, conquered the impossible, and helping on what truly matters, inspiring others to make their lives an adventure. Welcome, adventurers.
Today, we are meeting Joseph. Welcome, Joseph,
Hi.
Head of Brand Philosophy for Blue Banana.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. When and how was Blue Banana founded? And what was the motivation behind creating the brand?
Yeah, so we were founded about 10 years ago in Madrid by Juan and Nacho, two guys that were deeply in love with nature and adventure. And basically our motivation was to share that love with our community or with a young community. Basically, we believe that adventure is a way or a path to discover yourself and to grow. So we want to empower new generations to make their life an adventure and to discover that path and explore that path.
Yeah, and your brand encourages young explorers to break the routine and connect with nature, like you said. How is this philosophy reflects in your collections?
Yeah, so basically what we do is maybe have a two-way approach. One is how our travel encourages and inspires our design, like the graphic part of the design. And the other one is more about functionality and how we enable our consumers to actually be able to travel and enjoy the world. So we have different experiences and travels that we do and that inspire, what we put on our product and maybe even the travels or the trips that we want to make, the adventures that we want to make. And on the other hand is how our product really enables you and gets you, even if you have an adventure in K2 or you have a jacket that actually can protect you from those temperatures and from the snow, or actually just be able to share that with an iconic product to share, to show that you share that spirit with different communities.
That's super interesting. Sustainability is a key pillar for Blue Banana. What steps have you taken to ensure responsible production and reduce the environmental impact? Yeah,
so we basically have a two-way approach to sustainability. One is looking at our production and how we set up certain standards for our partners and ourselves to adhere to. And the other one is one-shot approach that we have with different projects. So in our chain of production, we want to ensure that the standards are met, but also even ourselves, how we reduce the impact that we do, that we have even in our headquarters with renewable energies, but also using raw materials in our the correct raw materials in our chain of production, or the factories attend to certain standards in how the product is made, and we go really carefully on who we work with and who we choose to work with, but also in those one-shot approaches is what else can we do to have a broader impact, a positive impact in the world and in the projects that we attend to. So we basically have different capsules or projects that help us not just attend to that production part and that taking care of our product that is produced correctly or by sustainable standards, but also what extra steps can we have to impact our community or our audience and help them make the right choices.
Yeah, like to really have like an active role.
Yeah, and we do. We have different projects along the years where we have the opportunity to, through those travels and to discovering the world, to also see like the bad part or the impact, the negative impact that maybe our industry has or other industries have, and we also feel like really inspired to let our community know what is happening around the world. We say that we are committed to adventure, so we really, if we want to share that adventure, if we want people to be able to live adventure, we have to take care of nature to make it last, to make it able, so you can go and enjoy, whether it's a beach or a forest. Those resources are limited, and we have to take care of it. If we want to enjoy adventure, we have to take action to do that.
And your commitment to the planet goes beyond fashion. How do you, like initiatives like tree planting and the use of recycled fabrics, reinforce your brand mission?
Yeah, like I said, when we travel the world, we discover like also the negative part, the parts that suffer impact through whether it is the fashion industry or other industries. So, for example, last year we discovered in Atacama, we heard that in Atacama the fashion industry was having a huge negative impact through the waste of exceeding productions. And we ourselves have those exceeding productions within our inventory. So we wanted not to be part. How do we like solve that problem without being part of that issue? So in one part, we launched a collection that was based on renewing those recycling, those materials and having fresh, raw, own recycled cotton, but also how do we highlight that story and how we show our consumer that story in Atacama just for using that example, so that our consumer can make a decision, a smarter decision or a better decision when it comes to how or what they consume.
And how do you engage with your audience? What role does social media and digital marketing play in building your brand's community?
Yeah, so we've basically, since our beginning, have been a digital brand, and social media has been a great part of our growth. Basically, for the first 5-7 years, it was the main driver of our business growth, but also is how we construct our community through the storytelling of the adventures and the travels that we make. And not just being an outlet to share what we are doing or this is our product and it's the best, but also how we share stories from other adventurers around the world to serve as an inspiration for our community. So what we want, like I said, is we want to enable young explorers to travel around the world and to discover themselves and the world. And that inspiration doesn't just come from us, but from the whole community, from other travelers, from other explorers, and from adventures that are lived by others.
That's super insightful. And looking at the future, like what are your expansion plans? Are there new markets or product categories you're looking for the future to explore?
Yeah, so basically we are expanding. We see that as a two-way approach. Within Europe, we own like our own digital platforms. So what we are looking for is partners that can help us have different physical stores around the market. But in other countries, like in Latin America, we are looking for partners that can help us drive both the digital and the physical business. That in the part of the retail and business point of view, but also from a brand and from a product point of view, what we want is to continue to serve adventurers and explorers around the world with product that is both like functional but versatile and simple, that you can use both in your adventure and your day-to-day. So we see that as a city life meets outdoor ready approach, where you can have that simple product that you can use on a day-to-day basis, but also that can serve you in those days when adventure is like really present in your life. So.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for this interview. It has been super enriching getting to know more Blue Banana.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. For Blue Banana, success isn't just about growth, it's about impact. Impact on the environment, on the people who wear their clothes, and on the global community of adventurers they've built along the way. Whether planting trees, cleaning oceans, or rethinking how fashion is made, they're not just responding to the world, they're helping to shape it. And with new markets on the radar and a clear vision for the future, it's clear that Blue Banana journey is only beginning, and there's a lot more to explore.